Thank you so much for joining me today for this tutorial. This particular design was inspired by a shirt that my son had on today, so I decided to make something similar, and I hope you guys enjoy this. So let's get started. So for this design, I'm going to type in monoline square, and then I'm going to click on graphics. I like this one right here. I'm actually going to change the color to black. Then I'm going to crop it because I want it to be shaped more like a rectangle. So I think that's good. I'm going to do Command C and then Command V to duplicate it. And then I'm going to flip it vertically. Alright, so that looks good so far. Next I'm going to click on text, and then I'm going to hit my all caps, and I'm going to type in dream. I also thought about adding dreamer, but we're going to rock with this. Dream is the word for today. So I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger, and I want it to extend past the rectangle. So I'm going to leave it right there because this is telling me that it's the center of the page. And then I'm just going to move these down, this one down, and then the top one down too. So far that looks good. I'm going to put an effect on this one. And I'm going to use the hollow effect. And right here you can see it says thickness. So I'm going to bring this down because I want it to be a little bit thinner, especially because the background, the square, is thinner. So I kind of want it to be thin as well. That's good. I'm going to try this transparency. And the only reason why I'm doing that is just because this, even though I selected black for this, for the square, it's showing up like a gray. And I believe that's because it's so thin, which is perfectly fine. I'm just going to stretch this out just a little bit. Just make sure that these lines don't overlap into the word. I don't want it to show. So I think that looks good. Now next I'm going to go to elements, and I'm going to type in moon, and then I'm going to click on graphics. Let's see. Let me see this one. I guess we could go with that one. I'm going to change the color to white. And then I'm just using the little nodes, these white nodes right here, to resize it. And then I'm going to use my arrows. I'm going to click on it again. Use my arrow just to bring it down just a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to change this to white as well. So say for instance, if I was using a black t-shirt, then I would go with a black background for this one. I'm actually going to layer this. So this is the first layer. So whatever color my shirt is, that's the color I want this layer to be. So for my mock-up, my shirt is going to be white. So I changed the whole thing to white. Now I am going to copy this and just select this one right here because that was the outline of the moon. And then I'm just going to resize that just a little bit. Now I'm going to expand my screen just so I can get a closer look. And I don't know if you can see this, but right here, this is where, let me click out of it. This is where the white one is. And then this is the one that we just did. And the point of that is, if I move this, you can see that the lines right here are showing through. And I actually want to kind of create like an outline. So that's why I made this first layer. And then this one is going to go on top. So as you can see with the white one, this is the white one, the bigger rectangle, it's outlined around this. And you'll be able to tell more like once you download it, it will actually show that white space. And that's why it needs to match the color of whatever t-shirt that you use. So now I'm just going to zoom out. And I'm just going to go to this transparency again. You don't have to do this, but I am. And that was just so it could all match. It kind of looks gray. So we're going to go with that. Then I'm just going to select everything and group it together. Then I'm going to click on it and copy and go down to my mockup. And then use this little white node to resize it. And let's see. I think that looks good. So I mean, I feel like adding the ER on the end will be good as well. So say you wanted to download just the design, you would click download. Click PNG, then select transparent background, and then choose the page that you designed on, and then click download, and that will download the design all by itself. So one last thing, because I want you to see what I was talking about as far as the shirt color, I'm going to change this to black. Now I had already did this design, so I uploaded it. Well, let me change this color because the words are black, so y'all won't be able to see it. So let me change it to pink. So let's see, in this design, the white moon, which is the first layer that we talked about earlier, is showing up once I downloaded it as a transparent background, and that's what it's going to do. So that's why I say whatever shirt you use, you need to make sure that that first layer is the same color, or it's going to show up in the design, and we don't want that. We want it to be transparent. So if I was using a pink shirt, that this white part would actually be pink. So I hope this helps. I hope this inspires you to create some amazing designs. And if you do, be sure to tag us at Double Dutch DS. And thank you so much for watching.